The ocean is a vast expanse of water on our planet, a place that has not been fully explored by humanity, a place surrounded by numerous terrifying stories of which we do not know with certainty if they are true or not. But what we are sure is that the ocean has been seen by many as a place where strange things can happen at any time. One of the stories that constantly circulate around the sea are the sightings of strange creatures in the middle of nowhere. Giant sea monsters that, believe it or not, were seen by crafts in real life. If you want to know these stories, I invite you to stay until the end, because this time, we will review those real stories where boats had encounters with real sea monsters. Encounter with the giant sea serpent. In May 1830, the crew aboard a ship of the Royal Navy, the Rob Roy, was on its way to England after a long voyage across the Atlantic Ocean. Its captain, James Stockdale, sounded the alarms when the ship was sailing through the waters of the island St. Helena, reporting that around 5 o'clock in the afternoon, a loud noise centered around the bow disturbed all sailors. All the crew with astonished faces did not know what to do. Something was happening on deck. Something was surrounding the ship. The ship was advancing at 2 knots per hour, very slowly, when suddenly they saw a strange creature moving slowly across the ocean. In the report, the captain indicated that the strange snake-shaped creature was about 140 feet tall, and he said, "If I hadn't seen it, I couldn't believe it, but there was no mistake. It was a gigantic creature." The details of the sighting indicated that when the snake moved away from the boat, the creature took its head out of the water about 6 feet, where it could also be observed a kind of fin between its shoulders, about 3 feet long. The encounter with this beast is shown in the archives and database of the British Royal Navy, and the documentation details the horrible encounter with the sea serpent. Although many skeptics did not believe this story, everything changed when something similar happened again near the island of St. Helena. The facts lead to December 13, 1857, when Commander George Henry Harrington indicates that along with his officers, they were on the deck of the ship, looking towards the island, when they were surprised by a large marine beast, which pulled its head out of the water at a distance of 65 feet from the ship, disappearing rapidly. The entire crew was terrified. They had never seen anything like that before, but it was not long before, after a minute and a half, the creature reappeared in the same way, although this time it showed its head and neck, about 9 feet out of the water. In the report, Mayor Harrington points out that its head was shaped like a long buoy, and the appearance of this sea monster caused the seawater to fade. Witnesses say that when the strange creature appeared for the second time, it could be seen better how long it was and how it moved slowly across the sea. According to the crew, the creature was approximately 100 feet long. The Beast of Dover. Other terrifying stories that occurred at sea places us in the year 1916, when a warship, the HMS Culver, patrolled the coasts of Dover in England during the First World War. The sighting tells of a strange underwater light, followed by a group of strange bubbles that gave off a smell of sulfur. During the event, dead fish floated along the entire strip of light. The sailors thought it was a German submarine about to attack them by launching a torpedo, so they ran to their positions to leave the area. However, everything became a nightmare when they realized that this flash of light was something much worse. Suddenly, a species of animal never seen before hit the boat violently, an animal with a shape resembling a deformed, pale-colored buoy. Witnesses say they saw a huge creature emerge from the water at least twice and swim next to the ship, but after a few moments, the animal disappeared as the boat approached the shore. The crew reported that they felt great relief when the strange creature moved away. Years passed, and that sea monster was named the Marine Beast of Dover, forming part of another of the marine mysteries which took place in the White Sea. The Monster of Orkney. In 1905, two fishermen were working in the waters of Shapinsay on the islands of Orkney, Scotland, when suddenly, while taking a rest, a strange animal emerged from the water beside the boat. The men could not give an exact description of what they had seen at that time, but in reality, they were clear that it was a serpent of impressive appearance, very different from anything they had seen. What little they could describe of the creature was that it had large eyes, the body resembled that of a horse, but covered with scales. Throughout this history, there were many fishermen who ventured in search of this marine monster, but in the end, this monster was never seen again. As you can see, the sea can be a mysterious place, surrounded by even more mysterious stories. Believe it or not, in the sea, things so strange happened that they can surpass any science fiction movie.